All right. Here we go, Al. Back to
What's good?
episode 2 here. Week 2.
Yeah,
Buddy,
it's been
I've
a
been
long week. I was looking forward to it. A lot of positive feedback from the first one. So
big thanks to anybody who listened to the first one.
yeah, it pretty
I'm
much touched.
sure
But
I'm sure half of those listens were from you, but that's okay.
oh yeah, no, dude, I washed about 3 loads of dishes by hand listening to it. So
Get the dishes done.
oh, it's a stress reliever, man. I like washing dishes, dude. You put the headphones on. Stack does it too, but Stack smokes weed before he does it. I
Well, I
can't.
do I do both, actually.
Yeah, I wish I could. So I'll be there with fucking half a thing of Fleshman's. What is it? Fleshman's whiskey. Fucking $13 for half a handle, dude. Motherfucker, get you smashed. But yeah, it's a soothing. It's a stress reliever. But
Yeah. Well, here we go, week 2. You ready for the weekend?
oh yeah, dude. First day off. That's the advantages of working swing shift. That you work a whole weekend, but I'm off from Thursday evening until Monday evening. So looking forward to the few days off. And can you hear my fan?
Nah, no, I can't.
All right,
I
because
hope nobody else can either.
no, I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I fucking I still got this head cold just a little bit, but I was so fed up with it the other day that I shut the fan off because I got a furnace in my room, dude, and I can't sleep when I'm hot. So I slept with a beanie and socks on, they're like a full. Behold, dude, I woke up with a motherfucking bloody nose, third bloody nose of my life, and the other two were from staying at Red Roof Inns. And fucking I was pissed. So yeah, I turned the fan back on. I don't give a fuck.
I've had a few bloody noses recently. Dry
Just
air, man.
waking up, dude. It's like what the fuck? Like they make boogers, dude. It's too fucking. This is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, it's time to get rid of that head cold. I mean,
I know. I'm gonna have to go to fucking Med Express, dude. This shit ain't kicking. I've just had it. I've read on the internet this sign this shit can last 2 months, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm cool.
that
Like my
stuff's fucking
hearing's at
terrible.
65%.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I know we got there's some people out there waiting for that next Al Sum drop, and
I know that's another reason because I was hoping that we could drop it on here.
yeah,
Um,
we'll drop it here soon.
Right.
But
Well, yeah, I got to be clear, dude, because not only could I not really breathe out of my nose that well, I get out of breath fast because of breathing out of my mouth.
you're a big man, you need a lot of oxygen.
No doubt, dude. Got lungs for days, son. Heavy hitters.
Well, let's I guess you told me earlier that you wanted to discuss the worst song. You figured out what the worst song of all time is.
Yes, in the history of spoken word. It took me years and years to figure this out. But like I said, we had that Spotify playlist, worst bangers of all time.
Correct.
That and the thing with that playlist is there's some songs that are so bad on there that they're fun to listen to, like when you're fucked up.
Make you laugh.
Like should have been a cowboy by Toby Keith. Dude, I love that fucking song. It's so bad.
You know what the bad thing about that is? There are people who bump that as
I
like
know.
a good song.
Like one of you were hanging out with your boys, fucking like about to go out pre-gaming, like 20, 21 years old, about to go to a banger, and you're playing Heat back and forth, and somebody throws on Cotton Eye Joe, but like an all dead serious, like, yeah, dude, let's get it going. Like, are you kidding me, dude? I'd kill him. I'd stab him to death.
Cotton Eye Joe.
But
I th-
yeah, that was on there. That made my final four. But I seriously, there's 52 songs on that playlist,
all right.
and I searched through them all. I'm looking at them like one of my favorite terrible songs is "Bad Medicine" by Bon Jovi. Like that's just a fun song, but it sucks so fucking bad.
It'll get
But
women in their 40s wet real quick.
oh, no doubt, dude, just like bumping and grinding that Clarksburg Valley Inn, rest in peace. But so I came up with my final four,
All right.
and
Hit me with them.
yeah, here's the final four, and there is a champion crowned. Number four, as we discussed, was Cotton Eye Joe. I've heard that song at, I think, two establishments would be Salzburg Middle School dances and Pittsburgh Penguin games.
RJ the
Like,
DJ.
yeah, that's on his fucking
Dude,
heavy hit
RJ
playlist.
the DJ, or you got kids dancing for dilly bars at the fucking Pens
Yeah,
game to
yeah, that's got a I don't know, weird coincidence, but
it.
number three was Fuck, man, I feel like a woman by Shania Twain. Dude, that
Shania
song.
Twain.
I mean, that
Ugh.
bitch was huge back in the day, man. Everyone had their compact disc, and man, it drove me nuts.
I think my dad got that for my mom for Christmas one year.
Guaranteed, guaranteed. And then another honorable mention that didn't make the final four was "Redneck Crazy" by Tyler Farr. That song, dude.
That was a hit a few years ago, huh?
Dude, when I used to work on the road out in Ohio and northwestern Pennsylvania, all those guys would listen to is country, dude. So my 2014 country game is I know every word to every song that they played on fucking Cat Country.
Got that pop country down.
Yeah, oh, dude. And then to bring it into to number two, which is another fucking .25 star song, "Doing What She Likes" by Blake Shelton. That song, man, it's it's uh, it's lyrically, it's so basic and bad. It's funny. Like when he starts it off and he's like, "She likes it when I call in sick from work. I'll spend the whole day hanging with her. I might get fired, but that's all right. I'm doing what she likes." Like you're gonna be a lot of doing nothing there, Blake. If you get fired, bud, you'll be down the soup kitchen, down the poor farm. Just because you want to do what she likes, don't mean ain't gonna go out there and get a paycheck.
Well, I mean, they paid somebody for that song. Is the
Exactly.
problem. Oh man,
He bought like
somebody sits at home and writes that shit, and then they go, you know what, man, that's a hit. Here's some money for you to live on
oh
because you're such a great songwriter.
yeah, like the second verse starts out, "Likes it when I bring home fresh fajitas, mix up a pitcher of margarita." Like I can't even say it without laughing. That shit sucks, dude. Like you had a chance to review that before you recorded it. I don't understand it. But
Blake's a man. Blake's a
oh, dude,
man. He's
that
on
guy makes
TV all over the place
yeah,
now,
he's everywhere, dude. Banging Gwen
singing
Stefani.
heat like that.
Like he got himself a Hall of Batgirl, son.
He does. He
But
does.
and number one, dude, and this song isn't even funny. Like this song aggravates me. It irritates me when I hear it. And that title of the worst song in the history of spoken word is "Earl" by the Dixie Chicks. Dude, that song, oh man, give me a migraine.
I think
Like
that
if they're
song's so bad I've probably heard it like two times in my life, and
oh
it
dude, I
probably
think
been both times you were making fun of it.
yeah, the Dixie Chicks, dude, they were huge back then. But man, if there's still a missing report out for Earl, I'm turning them in. Everyone involved in it, they're going down. But oh man, it just reminds me of like God, like the worst, grimiest trailer trash, like Virginia Slim smoking,
They are the
fucking
Dixie Chicks.
yeah. Seagram's escape drinking, like that redneck woman song. It just grinds my gears, dude. But I heard that song on the radio the other day at work, and I was like, I was borderline suicidal. I was like, I'm just gonna stick my head in this fucking heater right now. So
So
they
you
take the
you
cake.
you brought this up. That's a great number one. You brought this up. Now I'm a little disappointed because I was expecting to hear a certain song in this, especially when you said it was top four.
Well, maybe it's not on that playlist.
It probably isn't. Yeah, you were searching through the worst bangers playlist. I
Right,
got you.
right.
Now, maybe not one of the no, it's not going to be one of the worst songs of all time, but one of the biggest letdowns of all time. This came to my mind when you brought this up. Uh, Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Oh god, that dude. I never like I've played sports and shit, and like you're listening to stuff in the locker room, and people would put that on like LeBron does, Ray Lewis did. It's like, dude, what are you getting pumped? You're gonna lose by 35 now.
Fucking Phil Collins.
And yeah, remember that what was that? 4th of July.
No. So I think I figured this out because I was actually looking into it a little bit. I was trying to find the list. So it was a top 500 list,
But
and
it
it
was a
ran
syndicated show, right? It wasn't
all
just
weekend. I
yeah,
believe so. Yes.
it had to have been.
I believe it's a Memorial Day countdown from what I've seen on
Okay.
the
Okay.
internet. There are a lot of radio stations that do a top 500 Memorial Day countdown. And I looked at some of the recent lists, and they look similar. They were a lot more classic rock aligned than I remember this one being, because this is quite a few years ago.
Right, that's probably, man, 2013. We
I
were
feel like it
listening
was
to
like
that.
oldies mixed in with classic rock. So I feel like you had like, Jackson 5 and some old school heat in with Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and all that
Right, you're
shit.
gonna have the ones that are at the top. I mean, that you always hear to begin with.
And that was a long weekend, and I'm pretty sure we rode out that entire weekend.
Now, was that the Milwaukee station or was that
I
3WS?
think it was 3WS, man.
Okay.
It might have been Milwaukee. It very well could have been the Milwaukee station
Yeah,
uh,
because you could
on
definitely tell it was a
iHeartRadio.
syndicated show.
Right. But
Just
I
how
think
they,
I think we spent that weekend playing some rod hockey,
yeah.
and
Uh, I know
dude,
we were betting on it. That might have been the first weekend I taught you how to bet on on Cent Sports.
there's a very good chance.
Because if we'd be up at like midnight or 1 o'clock, and I was like, dude, there's soccer on. Remember BN? That channel always had the crazy Spanish games on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, dude.
did the late
Watching
night
that.
goodies.
Yeah, 2 o'clock, and then, oh man.
But heat all weekend, and I mean, we got so excited. We were like,
Oh yeah, when it came to the top 20, oh, I was
the
ready.
top 20 was the biggest letdown.
Oh,
More
it
more
was.
top 10 was
Did you ever find the exact list?
no. I can't find the list anywhere.
Was that number one?
For some reason, I feel like it was number 3 because I want to say Journey Don't Stop Believing was number 1.
Wow.
And do I sound correct on that? Because I know there was a lot of letdowns in the top 10.
Well, see, the only thing that I couldn't. We were probably smashed, and I was trying to think. I was like, what's going to be in the top 5? And the only song I could think of was American Pie.
Right. And
And
it
I was
was
like,
up
that
there.
has to be in the top 5. And I couldn't think of nothing else. And then you hear Journey, and Journey sucks, dude. I don't give a shit. I make people mad when I say that. Journey blows. All of their material is garbage. And then to hear Phil Dildo Collins, like Phil Dildo Rivers, let me down last week. And motherfucker, that song's garbage. Like, how does that? How? Who's
The
voting
mustard
on
tag.
this shit?
Philadelphia Collins.
Yeah,
Garbage.
yeah. I don't
Drop.
know.
Ugh. Like pump up, walking around excited to just like depression. Uh,
Yeah,
putting the blades away, trying not to cut my wrist.
right.
Like
I was
you
even
guys,
taking out the. They had me taking the strings out of the garbage bags because I was worried about put one of them around my neck after hearing that shit.
man, how do you ruin?
I know, on an American holiday, and it should be nothing but, well, we can't say American heaters because I bet most of those songs were foreign, but
Correct.
just, man, yeah, that was, I don't, dude, but we might have went to bed after that at like 7:30. Like,
Yeah, I
God,
think that was, that was the big climax of the weekend, and
yeah,
it was just like, fuck, dude, we should have called it a weekend on Friday, man. We should
yeah.
have just
Or
let it
we
go.
should have stopped at the top 25 and just been like, dude, we'll make our own top 25 next time.
Next time, I'm looking forward. I'm gonna try and find a good 500 countdown. Now, I will say I looked at these lists, and some of them, like I said, they tended to be a little bit more classic rock, especially in the top 10. I don't know what the bottom of the list looked like, but let me tell you, I came across there were 2 separate lists, and this is obviously a fucking radio thing because they're pushing certain fucking bands.
Guaranteed.
They're close. The top 10s were similar. I mean, some of the same songs in there. I mean, Stairway to Heaven was in there or whatnot. But two different stations had Aerosmith as number 1.
What song?
Now, here's the kicker. They each had a different fucking song as number 1.
Wow.
I'm calling bullshit right there. Number 1, Aerosmith. Look, not terrible.
Dream On.
Listen, Dream On was one of them. Sweet Emotion was the other.
Wow, it wasn't Walk This Way featuring Run DMC. That the shit, dude. They made that number 1.
But like Aerosmith's good, fine, sure. But number 1 on the top 500 countdown, no, thank you.
No.
It was a shame. I was browsing through the list. They were all from 2018. So I'm sure.
You need to bring one up
Steven
from like
Tyler's
99.
up there. What's that?
You need to find a list from like 99
I
or
know.
something.
Before money got into it and they just started fucking
Right.
fixing the list, just like fucking goddamn NBA referees and everything else, fixing all the
I haven't. I think I've made one NBA bet this year, and I was like, I can't even watch it.
I can't
It's
touch it.
garbage, dude. It's
Yeah,
such watered down material, and
it's
I
rough.
don't even know how much I would love the NBA, even if Pittsburgh had a team.
Man, it's hard to watch. The guys get in there and then boy, oh boy. Like college is where it's at.
Yes, but
Because
even
those
college
teams
got
play.
bitch made. They call so many touch fouls, and it's like, come on now. And
Touch
plus,
fouls and then they don't want to play defense. It's like,
right,
okay.
and you know, you got your top guys leaving after 1 or 2 years. Man, I remember, fuck, dude, late '90s, early 2000s, the Big East, dude. That was basketball to me at its pinnacle. God, those teams were so good. Pitt basketball used to be the hardest ticket to get in the city,
Was
man.
yeah, they were solid
Yeah,
back in the day.
UConn, Syracuse, Marquette, you know, all the Catholic, why they call them the Catholic Six now, Providence, Rutgers, I mean, it was tremendous stuff. And now, dude, I couldn't, unless I got, I mean, a Saturday teaser and I will say I have been watching Duquesne games. I was big on Duquesne at the
Yeah,
beginning of the year. I
they're
like,
not terrible this year, huh?
no,
They've
they're,
been winning some games.
well, other than that debacle, we'll get into the betting later, but that debacle at St. Joe's when they were up 7 with 44 seconds left and won
Gotta
by
love it.
one, given 2.5.
Gotta
Uh,
love it. They know the line, man. They know
oh,
where their money's at.
oh,
Like
so, oh, it
we're
hurts
hitting
so
our
bad.
bets today.
And then, well, I took them the other night. They played Richmond at Richmond. Richmond had a losing record, and Duquesne was getting 3.5. And I money line Duquesne. Duquesne beat them by 7 or 8. It was a no-brainer.
Shit. Well, we could have used that one, Al.
Yeah, we'll get into that,
We'll
man.
get into that later.
Yeah, I almost fucking drove a fork truck off a deck when I seen the score. I'm like, all right, man. Game started at 12. We'll get into it later. But when I saw the first score at like 12:30 Central, I was like, wow, fuck that up bad.
Oh, well, yeah, dude. One other thing I wanted to talk about this week. Uh, we, I would say that me and you are viral video experts.
Oh no, dude, been doing it for years. Ever since dude, Real TV. I forget what channel it used to be on, hosted by Ahmad Rashad. You know who that is?
Yeah, I know Ahmad.
You know, he was all pro for the Vikings a couple of years. A lot of people don't know that. But
He was decent back in the day. I believe I remember hearing his name.
I can't remember for the life of me what channel it was on. But man, when Real TV would come on, I mean that's the original viral video. Like,
Right. That's before everybody's uploading compilations to YouTube. You know.
right, and you're getting background stories, man. It was like, you know, Rescue 911. That show, that was heat to me.
Rescue 911. Fuck.
There's only one that stands out. There was a kid on a swing set, and I don't know if the fucking grandpa on the tractor had a stroke, wasn't paying attention, or was drunk as fuck, but the kid jumped off the swing and fell, and the dude ran him over, ran over his grandkid right in front
Oh
of the swing
shit.
set. Yeah, that one stuck with me for a while. I quit doing the jumping. I would just let the swing, you know, settle on its own, and we didn't even have a tractor, but I wasn't playing.
Dude, sounds like that guy from Cherrywood that fucking I don't know
Oh,
what you remember that?
yeah. He
I,
died, didn't he?
yeah. Yeah, he did.
What was he? Well, I think he was on one of them zero turns.
He was on a big tractor or something,
Oh,
cutting a
man.
golf course, and I don't know. Maybe he stayed up too late night before. Maybe he had one too many drinks. Snoozed off, fell off, and I don't know
Oh,
how,
dude.
but ran himself
Oh.
over.
But it's even scary, dude. Like I operate a fork truck every day, and have you met Vu, my homeboy Vu Wong? Straight
Uh,
from
have I met him? I feel like I have.
yeah, I
I
think we
know who
went
you're
to
speaking of.
the Iowa Purdue game. I think he came with us or
Okay.
was tailgating with us. But he works at Heinz. That's how I know him. And man, there was a guy who was 2 weeks away from retirement. Some dumbass on a fork truck, dude, not paying attention, not honking the horns, coming around corners, hit him, dude, and took his whole leg off. 2 weeks before retiring. I was like, man.
Like leg off?
Yeah, like amputated, gone.
At what
like it was
joint?
split
Are
in
we
half.
talking hip or are we talking knee?
I don't know. I didn't
You got
get
a
that
nub?
far into it because I hate to say it, but Vu was like, yeah, I went and saw him in the hospital. And I'm an asshole, but the kid was he just dude, he teed one up for me. He was like, I hated to see him like that. He was just such a stand-up guy. And I was like, not no more, huh? Trying to be funny, and man, it backfired bad. But he teed it up. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude. Somebody lobs you one like that, you gotta fucking hit it out of the park.
Helmer
Doesn't
out of the
matter if you
park.
have 10 home runs already or not. Like
Right.
you've got to hit it.
Oh no, I had to. I mean, I felt bad. But what are you gonna do?
So we are man, we've been watching car wrecks for a long time. There's a lot of videos sent back and forth, sir.
Car wrecks, any dash cam videos. I'm a big fan of the insurance fraud dash cam videos as well.
Watching the Asian fellas jump on the hood, roll off, and start screaming in pain. That's fun.
Dude, you just played yourself.
But dude, you sent me some heat this week.
Oh, dude. I mean, when I get heat, because I tell you what, my twin Abby, she sent me some of the original car wreck heats because she's a big Reddit person.
Oh, Reddit's a great spot for that. So I don't spend enough time on Reddit.
Remember that video? I remember she sent it to me when I was at your house in Island, and that red cars, they're tailing it, and all of a sudden he cuts the wheel and hits that drainage hill.
Oh, dude, and goes, soaring. We're talking 30 feet in the air.
Yeah. I remember being at your house when she sent me that, and I was like, yes, dude, this is exactly what I needed.
Well, let's discuss a little bit of the heat you sent me this week, buddy.
Oh, dude, it was a lot of 5 stars. Yeah.
I'm going to start. Let's start with that guy punching that girl in the face, huh?
Ooh. Oh, man.
I mean, if you're listening and you haven't saw it, YouTube is your best friend. Just search man arrested for punching 11-year-old.
No, I'm a master at this shit. Typing 51-year-old knocks out girl.
Yep, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, man, that was I don't know. Like there was a lot of people in the comments. I swear, after I watched it, because I was like, holy shit. But there was a lot of people in the comments standing up for that man.
Well, did you see the way they had him surrounded?
Yeah, he probably. I mean, it was like
a pack of hyenas hunting down an old, weathered lion. These girls were fucking all over him.
Well, it said he's 6'5", 260, dude. That's the same size as me.
Jesus Christ!
And that dude,
lucky he didn't knock her head off.
But I mean, I don't know where I stand on that. It was just a great video. I don't give a. I mean, great as the aspect of. I mean, she pushed him. He pushed her back. She came with fist bumps.
He shoved her good, and then she came back like she wasn't scared, and he gave her something to be scared of.
I just saw the thumbnail that he's facing charges, but he's claiming self-defense. So we'll see how that one goes out. But,
I'd like to see how it shakes out. I mean,
dude, you can't. I don't know. You can't go hitting little kids like that, though. But I mean, was he that scared? I mean, he was outnumbered. I don't know. That's what, hopefully the court of law is going to figure that out.
I mean, I'd like to know what started it all and where it came from.
Right. No, there's an article out there. I didn't read it. I just know that I saw the video. I read that he was at the food court at the mall. They were harassing him and his family. He had enough, and then they kind of circled around him.
Yeah. I mean, they completely encircled him outside there. And I mean, his granddaughter must have showed him YouTube recently. He was probably on there till 4 a.m. looking up fucking Mike Tyson highlights, got his blood pumping, and man, did he put some fucking force into that one.
That was a clean left, man.
Dude, he pulled back and he fucking socked her right in the mouth.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they
were surprised by it, and I mean, maybe you should be surprised by it. But what did you think the next step was?
Yeah, I mean, how he just gonna let you poke the bear that much more, dude?
He gave her a good shove, and I mean, she should have just backed up.
Yeah,
because what comes next?
Getting knocked in the next week. That's what happened.
Well, and that video led me to a fucking certified gold YouTube clip, which is you're going to jail now.
Oh, man. I think that guy, he lost his job, but I don't think he faced any charges.
He did lose his job. The Port Authority said he could have handled the situation better.
Dude, can you imagine being a bus driver in a city? Like
putting up with that shit?
Think about how many like bus or subway fights you see on YouTube. Just people, you're in close quarters, you're late for work, it's Monday, you're hungover. You're just not in the greatest of mood with the greatest of people. You're just asking for it, man. It takes a special person to be a bus driver.
Well,
And
let's
I'm
be
saying that
honest, there are a lot of shitty people who use public transportation.
right. But I'm saying it takes a nutsack to be a bus driver from kindergarten until driving through the city.
Dude, I'd be
I
uppercutting
couldn't do
kids
it.
like that on the way to school. Like
Yeah.
fucking toss them in the back seat. Like, yeah, I'll wake
Uh,
you up when we get there.
Yeah, you guys better fight right. You guys quit that fighting right now, or dude, I'll pull this bus over and I'll sit here, dude. I don't give a shit.
But man,
Like Friday coming home from school too. Like I'll start this thing up at 5:30.
I watched that fucking clip this week, man, and I could not stop laughing. He reached way down for that uppercut.
Dude, you gotta listen. He has some excellent one-liners, because that girl says something about she was gonna slice him, and he's like, "It looks like somebody
So
done
it's like-
sliced your face," and I was like, "Ooh, man."
Then she spit on him, hit him. He uppercutted her. He tried to ragdoll her off the bus, and then like 30 seconds later, I see her back on the bus, like up yelling again, and I'm like, man, that bitch can take a punch.
Man,
Guaranteed,
that
it's not
was
the first time she's been hit like that.
that was a man. His special meter was full. It must build on shit talk, because he activated the game breaker there.
Looked like
And,
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
I was waiting for her to fall off the side of the fucking map and fall to some spikes.
that punch was so hard. I can't believe her head didn't fly off. Seriously, dude.
Knocked her head
It
back
was
like a fucking
spring-loaded.
Pez dispenser.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. But yeah, no, that's always a good one. I need to learn whatever happened with that guy, because I'm sure he got in some shit for that.
Yeah, I watched a quick clip earlier today, and it was just him talking about losing his job. I didn't dig too deep.
Right.
But he's a YouTube star. He's a hero in my book.
I just
That was
dude,
fantastic.
I don't know what the legal ramifications are, but I'm pretty sure if you step over that line they have there, that's like serious shit.
I mean, he claims she spit on him, and that to me is assault. And when you spit on me, you better watch, because I ain't letting that shit go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh boy. That's just solid. A lot of solid banner in that before he does it. A lot of little giggles before it takes your breath away with the final.
Next video, because man, you sent them all this week.
Oh, dude, I was on fire, man. I was on fire.
This one, if you go to YouTube, listeners, you got to check this one out. This is the search truck runs down pedestrians, Portland.
Ooh. You know what? Maybe we should put the link in the YouTube.
I probably could. I mean,
yeah,
brand new to this, but I could probably figure that one out. I'm sure.
Right now, yeah. Once we
simple stuff,
we get it rolling, we could probably be able to start, video casting, so we can put this shit up.
So background to this one here. This guy comes home, notices everything in front of his house is all fucked up, trees knocked over, whatnot, big boulder misplaced.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he's got security footage. And he goes, checks the security cam. And they show three little, and you can tell they're kind of punk ass kids. You can just tell.
Right. They were strolling along.
They were walking eastward, down the sidewalk. And then they fast forward about 10 minutes. And here they come, heading westbound now, down the same sidewalk. And they hear the hum of that fucking Toyota Tacoma with the truck cap on.
Dude, how fast do you think he was going?
Wow. And that's like a cul-de-sac area. That is not like, he's going to a dead end. And man, he's got to be.
You think he was going over 50?
I'd say right around there, man.
Yeah, he was hauling ass.
And
he hits the one kid.
Well, dude, he fucking straight smoked that one kid. And dude, the one angle you see him fucking boom, just fucking smack that kid, and then they change the other camera angle, and probably about a good 50, 60 feet down the fucking way, you see him tumbling, and that kid gets right back up on his feet. Him and his buddy beside him actually start running after that. And then I don't know how much you paid attention, but there is definitely a second kid that gets hit.
After the first one?
Yeah, it's just they don't have good footage of it. So
Okay.
if you watch it, they'll break it down because there's a camera angle where he's actually like kind of in the park off on the right. And dude, there's definitely a second kid that gets smoked by
Wow.
that truck. And I wish there were. We need another angle.
Well, they
I'm
still
waiting
haven't
for it to
found
come out.
when the article had came out. They still didn't have they didn't have the guy.
Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Uh, those little punks went down there. This guy's probably very much like the guy who punched that young lady.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah. I was thinking that like 40s, 50s, like prime
yep,
time getting pissed off by kids.
dude, old guy, tired of the new generation, and these little fuckers. They either went down there. I guarantee they sold him a quarter ounce of oregano, or a fucking prescription bottle full of Smarties.
Right.
I don't know what they sold him, but they ripped the guy off because you can tell. I mean, when they turn around and see that thing coming towards them, the fear in their faces, they know.
Oh, because when they first cut to the second clip, they're not exactly in a hurry, but they all take off at the same speed at the same exact time.
Once they see that car coming, because they know they fucked that guy over,
Yeah,
and then
like
they
he put
start
the
bolting.
hammer down.
Yep. And I mean, if I get smoked by a car like that and I'm not expecting it, you better believe I'm laying on the ground. I'm grabbing my neck and my back. I don't care. I don't
No
care if I'm
doubt.
100% because I'm getting paid. Like I'm just
Oh,
gonna
I know.
roll
Just
around and moan and you know
it
I'm
was a very unique video. I'd never seen something broke into like 2, 3 sections like that had that much action. But
and and not only that, but the way they run off. I
yeah.
mean, his buddy ran off. His buddy didn't get hit and ran off. I mean,
Oh, you're
didn't
gone.
care about his friends. Was like, fuck, dude, I'm out of here. Cause that guy was gonna fucking run him over.
And that's the
And
thing.
the other thing, nobody called the fucking cops.
No, I thought someone called the cops. They were on the lookout for that truck. They
The
were trying to.
homeowner did.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he came home and everything was all fucked up, and nobody had called the cops before him.
Wow.
So that
They
definitely
must.
means something
Yeah.
shady was involved.
Yeah. That's a dead giveaway.
Because again, I'm calling the cops first thing, and I'm telling them my neck and my back hurt. Like
Oh yeah, dude. I would have
I
never got up
I need
after.
a settlement to live my life off of, please.
Right. Yeah, man. But see, that's the thing. There's that 8-minute clip from the first to the second, or 8-minute uh, time frame.
Right.
So yeah, something happened.
Oh, they definitely went down the street to some fucking abandoned parking lot and ripped that guy off one way or another.
Oh,
And then again, just this younger generation just thinks they can get away with everything. Fuck them. I'm going GTA
yeah.
style on them, running them
Yeah.
all over.
Oh man. Like that dude was either sick of getting ripped off, or he was just not gonna get fucked with that day.
Oh, that
Because
wasn't the first time that's happened to him. You can tell.
I don't know. That might have
You
been the
can
one that
tell by
pushed him
how
over.
far the accelerator's pushed down and the speed that he comes in there with.
I
That is
know.
not the first time.
I wish there was a clip from down the street. I want to know how, like, if he had the pedal to the metal, or like was coming back and saw those kids and just hit it, and those kids heard it and then took off.
Like I said, I think from my look, I mean, there was a park at the end of that street, and I feel like it was almost a dead end. So he had to know they were down there. Because I mean, he was cruising.
Yeah, he was upset. I mean, it was, I just the way the video had played, and you saw the headline. It says, truck hits kids, and you're waiting, like, what the hell's going to happen? And all of a sudden, dude, before you know it, that truck is in the camera frame, and he's flying, dude. Oh man,
You know, sometimes it'll make me cringe, but goddamn, if it don't get a nice deep laugh in my belly
oh, it's
to see
dude.
to see a pedestrian get smoked by a car.
I mean, I know, fuck, from our experience of watching stuff like that. There's a couple times where I'm like, man, I couldn't even watch it, but it has to be so extreme that it gets tough for me not to. Like, dude, when you see someone get hit by a car from being dumb, like, I have zero sympathy for that. Like, you're on the road, dude. You ain't in the park.
The pedestrians trying to cross the street in the city, like
Just anything. Yeah, not paying attention. Like,
trying to run when it's not clearly a time to go. Like, fuck it, I'll make it. They'll stop. No, they
or,
won't.
on
I
their
hope they
phone,
don't.
on their fucking phone. That's like one of my favorite videos. I don't know if you've seen this when this lady's walking through the mall texting
Yep.
and just walks into the water fountain. And I was like, are you serious? Like, what the fuck, man?
What you get?
Nuts.
So dialed into the tiny little screen in their hand.
Yeah. I actually did that at the Indiana Mall one time, way back in the day. I was reading a sign on a bus, and I was reading it and walking and just fell off the curb. And I
Yep.
remember my dad was like, "What the hell were you doing?" I was like, "Man, He's like, "Gotta watch where you're going, bud."
Not paying attention.
Yeah, I wasn't. I learned my lesson right there. Surprised that old ass even picked me up. Speaking of that, real quick, dude, I haven't thought of this in a while. Have you ever been to the Westmoreland Mall?
Ow.
I know.
Of course I have. Yes.
You know, I wanted to say entering through Pennies. They got that big crosswalk there.
Always going through Pennies.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. One time me and my dad were walking out of there, and a car didn't stop, and my dad kicked the back end of the car. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Dad? And that guy got out and looked, and my dad was like, it's a crosswalk. I was like, holy shit. And we got in the car. I'm like 12, 13. I'm like, what the hell were you thinking, Dad? He's like, I wanted to make him think he hit somebody.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, do shit
well,
like that.
You kicked the back of the wrong car,
Right.
That guy might not get back in the car and drive away.
Yeah, we could have both got sawed down. So what? I mean, we're gonna have to keep updated on that story. I want to know the whole. That's gonna come out of what was sold and that guy's previous criminal.
Yeah, somebody's gotta spill some sort of beans on that one.
There's too much video proof for that to go unsolved.
One more video, and I got this one last night. And
boy, that was something else, huh?
Turn the sound up on this one
the whole way, dude.
Well, you don't even need to. If you turn it up a little bit, you'll hear it. 2013 USSSA Houston. Pitcher gets drilled in the head. Man, this is slow pitch softball. This is
dangerous.
Man, we love this. I love me some slow pitch softball. I'm telling you,
when PNC Park hosts the next home run derby, we're going. We're getting right field seats, dude.
We're going to watch Brett the Hitman Helmer.
Yeah,
send bombs.
I remember watching those home run derbies at I think where the not Enron, Minute Maid, where the Astros play.
All right.
I don't think it's called that anymore. Them guys were hitting 600, 700 footers, dude. It's like, are you kidding me,
dude? Aluminum bats, fucking lobbing balls straight towards them, and these guys are 6'5", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Man.
Out of here, dude.
It's like hitting a fucking tennis ball with a wooden bat. Gone.
Oh, dude, a golf ball with an aluminum bat. You can hit that 200 fucking, dude. You can hit that. You can hit almost quarter mile a baseball or a golf ball with a ball bat, dude. I've done it in my yard. Took one off L. Eckenrod's truck at the end of the fucking driveway. He's pissed.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
But dude, I had got lost last night on the softball videos, and
these are fun.
A lot of leagues, I think, I'm not sure on the the jurisdictions or anything like this, but they're putting nets up for the pitcher. But if you watch that video that I sent you yesterday, do you see the pitcher throw the first two pitches?
Yeah, he rolls out of the way on both of them.
Left. He throws and dips right. Then he throws that third one, dude. Man, boy, dude, he took that fucker. I wonder how fast that ball was coming.
That's a comebacker. I mean, shit. The fucking ball. And boy, it almost sounds, because you hear the batter smoke that ball, and that's a good hearty sound, and it almost sounds like they replay him hitting the ball when that ball reaches that guy's face.
How? And he doesn't fall down.
He does not fall down, and I was surprised by there was no stagger in his step. He wasn't like
looking to make a
ready
play.
To fall over. Yeah, he was like, wait, where'd that go? I don't even think he realized the ball hit him in the fucking head.
Well, I was trying to zoom in. I saw the second baseman, because I thought that hit him so hard in the head, the right fielder could have caught it on a fly.
Right. Yeah, because it popped back up in the air.
I saw the second baseman running, and then you can hear guys in the background like, come on, score, score, score. So the guys are rounding the bases. So boy.
The
But yeah,
thud
that's
off of his head, man. Whew.
lucky they didn't kill him.
Probably woke up with a French accent in the morning.
Oh, dude. Or a fucking dude, even goose egg the size of a fucking brain tumor.
Dude, did you have a did, Siamese twin attached at the head?
I've seen them. I didn't have one. Me and my sister were cool. Man, that would have sucked.
Oh, you imagine having to walk around with your sister
I
attached to
know.
your head at
Oh
all
my
points?
god. No, I don't want to talk about that shit. I've already talked to my mom about that. Like, I forget what she said. I think she said she was scared that I was going to be like a big time like nerd. That was one of her big, and then of course Siamese twins. But yeah, she got the opposite wrong end of the spectrum. But fuck it. But dude, speaking of my mom, she texted me about a half an hour ago.
All right.
The Who are coming to Pittsburgh.
The Who are coming to
And I'm not a
Pittsburgh.
huge fan. I don't listen to them very much, but she said front row seats are $7,500.
There's some diehard fans out there, man.
I don't know, dude.
I'd go see them, but that would depend on ticket prices and whatnot. Like, I guarantee you, they're a great act to see live.
Now in 2019,
It's still good enough. I mean,
no,
I wouldn't pay. Look, it's a legendary rock band. I mean,
I don't know, dude. I wouldn't pay $7,500 for front row seats if they reincarnated Old Dirty Bastard for a Wu-Tang show. That's too much money, man. I'll watch it on TV.
It's a lot of money for one night. It is.
Yeah, god damn. Like, I just seen this thing.
But some of the older Who fans though, have made a fortune in their lives and are willing to fucking spend that.
You know what? If I had $7,500 to burn, and I liked them, who am I to tell someone how to spend their money? And just as the average laborer, you think of that, it's like, Jesus Christ, man.
That's like my whole fucking yearly salary.
Yeah, you could have bought something nice, but hey, you're making money, you got money, blow it, dog.
Right.
That's like I seen today. They're warning people about the hell was the article? Oh, about counterfeit Super Bowl tickets.
Right.
And man, this couple spent $25,000 on everything, tickets, hotel, and got burned on tickets, dude, and had to watch the game in the hotel room. And
that's
fantastic.
Like, I love that shit. If you're not smart enough to look, it's tough sometimes to tell the real from fake, but you've got to go through legit sites. You just have to. I mean,
right.
There was that time. There was that time we went to see March Madness, and we thought we got fucked.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that was weird. I've never seen anyone, because Vivid Seats is a broker.
It's a legit site. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember talking to the people that were trying to take our seats, and I was like, "Where'd you get yours from?" And she was like, "Ticketmaster," and I was like, "That was strange."
Oh yeah, dude. I think our whole row got double sold.
Yeah.
And it wasn't luckily like nobody showed up for the early games. So
yeah, it was we were Notre
fine.
Notre Dame Northeastern. Remember Northeastern had a chance to win it.
Didn't even get a shot off at
the end.
What a fucking letdown.
And then after that, it was Notre Dame Butler, and I think Notre Dame won. But that was all. I mean, that was something.
I think you said Notre Dame twice on there, Al, didn't you?
Notre Dame Butler.
What was the first game?
Oh no, Butler, Texas.
Butler,
bad.
Texas was the second game. Yeah.
But no, that was something on my bucket list, and I mean,
that was a good time.
But it was. I remember I called Vivid Seats, not the bitch, but I was like, man, what happened with that? And she gave me those tickets half off.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah, dude,
that was nice. You probably weren't the first person that called about it, to be honest.
Right, but remember, dude, it was such a pain in the ass at the beginning of the game. Like, we're sitting there trying to watch it. It's a good game. Northeastern's kicking Notre Dame's ass.
And there are a lot of people getting pulled from their seats and taken elsewhere.
And I'm like, yo, dude, I'm talking to the fucking ushers. Like, dude, these are mine. We've been here for 2 hours, man. Yeah. And they're still bringing people in. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah, luckily we didn't have to go anywhere, which was nice.
Yeah, but still, it's like, dude, I bought these tickets to watch this game, dude. I don't want to be, dealing with other people that are pissed. And they should be pissed because they have the same seat that I have.
Right.
But, no, fuck it.
Fuck them. We're here first.
Yeah. And anyway, dude, I mean, they moved those. I remember they moved all those people down to a better section than us, but I was just like glad it was taken care of and go about the game.
Good time.
But I will say the only bad part about going to March Madness is you can't watch the other games because remember Baylor lost.
The crowds in the hall were insane.
Yeah, you were hearing more noise from the hallway than you were from the game that we were watching. It's like, what is going on?
And there was like a 15. Was it a 15-2?
Yeah, or a 14-3, one or the other. But Baylor had been great all year.
Yep. And, dude, people were going fucking nuts over that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, dude, you've never seen so many fucking middle-aged males get so hard in your life.
Oh, dude, going nuts. Nuts. Fucking, the Canadian tuxedo made it.
Oh, man, that guy was dressed head to toe in denim.
Oh,
He comes out of the house one time a year and has to go watch March Madness games.
Yeah. He'll go whatever's closest, whether it's New York or Ohio or anything. Oh, man. But, yeah, I don't know if that's something I would do again unless, like, my team was playing. Because it's just so much better to watch it.
I'd rather sit in front of 3 TVs and just fucking go to town.
That first weekend is just, oh, man.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
So many games you have to see.
Yeah, game after game after game, dude. It's just 2 days of fire.
Yep. Well, all right, Al. Let's. I'm gonna jump into the old Ticks picks here.
All right.
We're gonna get into some fucking little bit of music talk. I mean, we've talked some music today, but we're gonna get into a little bit more here, real quick.
We need to get you know how they have like on shows like, and now this is Ticks pick of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there's gonna come some ditties for the.
Right. I was thinking, I'm trying to get a hold of the guy that did Quad Wars. I'm sure, dude, $50-$75 we could get him to do something. There's no way that dude's making a bunch.
I do it for a 12-pack of Bush.
Yeah, no doubt, dude.
So Ticks picks this week. I'm actually gonna bring. I got 2 for you.
Okay.
One is more of a timely matter. It's just I've actually seen a lot about him in the past week. David Bowie.
Ooh.
He was actually born January 8th. He died January 10th. So you see a lot about him. Birthday, death date kind of thing. So man, I've been rolling that Changes album.
Does that got Young American on it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
it's almost
my favorite Bowie joint, dude.
That's very much like a greatest hits.
So yeah, I remember you playing that. Up in Homer City.
Young Americans.
Oh, we'd run that back 1,000 times. I was like, dude, we got to run that back. I love that song, man.
Every song on that album. I mean, if it's not the Changes album, listen to some David Bowie. I mean, it's time, you know. But the real pick, the real one, I actually, last week got me pumped. I went to the record store, bought myself a handful of records.
This is brand new.
Yeah, this is something new I picked up recently.
Okay.
And this is actually by The Faces. Are you aware of The Faces, Al?
Yes.
Old rock band.
That's old Dylan. Or not Dylan, Jesus Christ, Rod Stewart. Fuck.
So
yeah,
some people mix up The Faces with the Small Faces. Now, they have connections. So the Small Faces was the original band. And what happened was some of those members actually left. The guitarist left, went and actually started Humble Pie.
30 days in the hole.
Oh, yeah. So the guitar player from the Small...
Banger.
Oh, yeah. Guitar player from the Small Faces leaves, starts Humble Pie. They're looking to fill room in the band. So that's when they changed their name from the Small Faces to just The Faces.
Okay.
They bring in Rod Stewart on lead vocals. And I tell you, you ain't got to be a female to enjoy a little bit of Rod in your life.
That's not about it, bud.
Not only that, but on guitar, they bring in fucking Ronnie Wood.
No shit.
Who is future and still to this day Rolling Stone, playing alongside Keith Richards and Mick Jagger.
Damn.
So
I did not know that.
You have phenomenal. I'm a giant fan of the guitar work on this album. This album, love the title too. It is what the fuck? A nod is as good as a wink.
No, is that the one with the weird cover of the man's face?
Nah.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know which one you're talking about. So everyone knows the faces for their "Ooh La La" song, right?
Heat. That's
I wish.
5-star heat. I ain't gonna bitch.
Oh,
That's
dude, it's 5 star. But let me give you that's not on this album. I'm gonna give you the
okay.
bangers, the good ones off of this album. 9 tracks. Uh, so side one, we're looking at track 3. It's called "Love Lives Here." It's
Okay.
a little bit more mellow. Brings it down a little bit. Fantastic song. Give that one a listen. And then the last track on side one, "Ooh La La" takes a fucking back seat as my favorite song by the Faces to "Stay With Me."
Oh yes. See, I
It,
thought that was just a Rod Stewart joint.
nah, that's a Faces song. That's written by Rod Stewart and Ronnie Wood both.
Okay.
And man, that song fucking kicks ass. That is a fucking banger if I've ever heard one. Uh, Gets me pumped up every time I hear it. So those are the 2 highlights off the front side. Side 2, there's a phenomenal Chuck Berry cover, Memphis, Tennessee.
Ooh. I've
And
heard of the Chuck Berry joint.
yes, they do a cover of that, and it's just fantastic. It's nice to hear a little redoing of some good old fucking Heat.
No
Uh,
doubt. No
the
doubt. When it's done the right way.
Right, and the whole album, solid front to back. Like I said, big fan of the guitar work in it. Favorite line, and it comes from "Stay With Me." In the morning, please don't say you love me, because I'll only kick you out of the door.
Man, he wasn't
I'll pay.
playing.
I'll pay pay for your cab fare home, and you can even use my best cologne. Just don't be here when I wake up. I mean, fuck.
Jesus, no breakfast or nothing.
Nah, dude, get the fuck out.
That
That's Rod Stewart telling it how it is. You
dude,
know,
well, you're that hungover after a night of laying pipe.
yeah, I don't want to like. I didn't bring you back here for the conversation.
Right.
To be
Yeah.
honest.
No doubt. Unless you got some some fixed games to bet on, you gotta go.
Yep. So if you're looking for a little bit of new music in your life or some old music that you need a reminder of how good it is, David Bowie, The Faces this week, and
Is
that's Tick's picks for the week.
is 3-time loser a Faces joint, or is that
That's a. I can't say off the top of my head.
okay? But that's my favorite Rod Stewart song, man. No doubt.
I think that's just a Rod Stewart song though.
All right, but man, yeah, right, yeah. I don't know. I'm a big Faces guy. I definitely like. I said I'm gonna actually download that when we get off of here
Yeah.
because
Yeah, you need to give it a listen.
Stay With Me,
Spotify's great, man.
the Chuck Berry cover. I'm all
The other
about
Chuck.
that.
Yes. Yeah. Give it a listen. Let me know what you think.
Oh,
Hit
no doubt.
so hit me up with you know anything you want to talk about last week or this coming week as far as bets go. Let's see
Oh
what you
my
got.
God.
Hold on. Let me start and just say what a letdown.
I'll
Al.
tell you
What
this.
what a not only
They didn't know the game started at 1:00, bud.
wow.
And like I said, I was at work, dude. I saw it was 7-0, then 7-7, then 14-7. And then when it was 21-7 and I saw New England had the ball, I was like, this shit's good as
And
gone.
Tom Brady just kept pushing it a little bit deeper with every pump, dude. And Phillip Rivers didn't stand a fucking chance.
No, none of them did.
Now
They
you
just,
probably lost some people to rent money, so I'm
well,
expecting you to get it back this week. I mean,
well,
0-1
tell
to
you what,
start, but
I had a pretty good week of gambling outside of that. I
well,
tell
that's
you what,
good
it
for you,
started.
but not good for the people, Al.
I understand, but like I tell you, I had Calgary, Winnipeg, and the Penguins, and the Penguins had to win by 2 the very next day or the day before. I can't remember. Day before. And Pens were down 3-0, dude. And I'm like, fuck. Went to bed. Had to work in the morning. Next thing you know, Pens covered. That's a big win. What else? What was that? I had Man City to win by exact score 3-0,
3
and that's a
nothing.
tough bet. And boy, that come through. But to make the official announcement, so we'll put it at what? 0-1 this year.
0-1 so far. Yep.
And so I'd like to maybe do a college basketball or hockey, but since there's only 3 football games left.
Right.
We'll
Got to
just
get it
keep
in. Got to get it in while it's
we'll
hot.
keep it with the football. And so, man, we got to start making some cash. So this is a 2-team parlay. We ain't teasing nothing.
All right.
We ain't. What's the early game's the New Orleans game, ain't it?
I didn't even check the schedule, to be honest with you.
Hold on. Bovard ain't got the goddamn shit up no more.
Because
It log you out after about 30 seconds of inactivity. Drive me nuts.
Right. They're crazy. No, the early game is the 3:05 game is the Rams in New Orleans.
Okay, so we got, LA hosting the Rams. I tell you what, I watched a lot of football this year. I watched that Rams-Cowboys game, play to play. I have not seen a defensive line get manhandled and tired out quicker than the Cowboys did. Those guys pushed them around. C.J. Anderson, dude, who was all but forgot about until Gurley got hurt, who was cut by the Panthers early, who was cut by the Raiders. He's out there looking like a young Eric Dickerson, dude. And my favorite part about him was he's rocking the long sleeve baggy shirt like he's playing Salzburg midget football. Did you see that? I was like,
no,
wow.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, he just like they got like the Under Armour now where it's tight to your body. This dude's rocking the shit like throwback. His mom dressed him, dude. So I'm taking the Rams getting the 3.5. And my simple reason for that is, and God damn it, this game could be a blowout either way. But I think the Saints might win, but I don't think they cover the 3.5.
Okay, you think it's gonna be that tight if the Saints?
Yeah,
win.
I think you're gonna look at one of those scenarios where the last team with the ball wins the game.
Gotcha.
You could have the Rams up 4 with 2 minutes left. Breeze out there, and then you covered by half a point.
And so, that's a very good possibility for NFL games nowadays.
If because I'll be drinking. If I woke up at 4:00 Sunday and saw it was 28-0 New Orleans at the end of the first, I'd be like, "Fuck, the way she goes, man."
Yep.
So
second game.
Put that in second game, but put this in together because this is what's the odds on this here? So this is a plus 500 parlay.
5-1. That's solid.
Yeah. So we're gonna hit early, and so I want everyone to take the under in Kansas City, which has boggled my mind because this bet was officially placed on the 15th.
And it is now the 18th.
Yes. So. And it's supposed to be bitter cold down here because Kansas City is like 3 or 4 hours away.
Right.
And it's supposed to be like single digits, wind chill, terrible. So I made the bet, not even thinking. I just made the bet because I knew I was going to lose it all playing blackjack that day. So I wanted to put somebody
put something down before you lost.
Yeah, and I did. I lost $50 like that, dude. I was so ashamed of myself. But I put this bet in, and then it's at 55 right now. That's the over/under. So take the under at 55. But it's actually went up. The money's coming in on the over. It's up to 55.5 now. But I don't know with the conditions. I know Kansas City's defense isn't that great, but then I'm looking for like a 24-20 finish, 27-20. You cover on that.
Right.
So we'll hit this, and then it'll recoup for last week's debacle.
So we got the Rams 3.5. Yes. Kansas City, New England under
the 55.
All right. Under 55.
So then we'll hit that. Might feeling a little squirrely, we'll bet on the Pro Bowl. And then,
fucking Pro Bowl.
Get out of here. We'll take it hard into the Super Bowl. Have a nice nest egg to start out the month of February.
Yeah, we'll get away from the football next week. We'll put something else down and then probably hammer hard on the Super Bowl, huh?
Yeah, and then I say we go over some prop bets. Looking to put some money down on those
prop bet
too.
Sheet. We should try a prop bet sheet this year
we will.
Again.
Yeah,
that's always fun on the Super Bowl.
Fuck that! For that 1 year we did it at the Salt.
Yeah.
Fuck, I had dude,
Aaron Adams won that. You came down with a stack of papers like a fucking businessman, dude.
Yeah, dude. And I had all that. Remember, Brenda was scared that she was thinking undercovers were coming in.
She would too.
I had hundreds of dollars in front of me, counting it out on all my sheets. I was like, man, all right, dude, we got it.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got to
that was
slide like
fun, dude.
fantasy winnings under the table now. Like,
I know. Jesus Christ, they just legalized sports gambling. You can bet on computerized gambling at the Salt, which is the biggest rigged shit of all time.
yeah.
But dude, don't pass a 20 because someone beat you in shuffleboard.
Oh,
Like
dude,
get the
the
fuck out of here.
online sports booking's coming, dude. I'm waiting.
Now, is that going to be like a Rivers app?
No, so what they do is they actually so Rivers buys the license and then they actually have somebody else. They'll have somebody else run it.
Okay.
So it'll
Okay.
be like known places, like because they're doing the same thing with poker, but you're still getting like Poker Stars and WSOP and shit. So
Okay.
like they're gonna have like the established sports book and whatnot. I was talking to Johnson the other day, and I think he said he does it through like DraftKings Sportsbook or
Yes,
something.
they have it now.
So I can imagine we'll be getting something like that.
Yeah, that fucker sent me. He had a 10-teamer, all underdogs in, like $4 to win 10 grand. I was like, dude, that ain't
Yeah,
gonna hit, man.
yeah, you'll learn that real quick because those those don't hit. That's just a fucking that's a toilet for your money.
Right. Right. And, well, I don't know. I think it's better than playing the lottery. So
Yeah, better odds. Fuck it. Um, all right, and then oh shit, dude, we're up there already. We got to get to this Summerson Saturday poll
oh yeah,
preview.
yeah, yeah. I forgot about that again.
Yeah, I know, right?
I had a couple suggestions this week. I'm kind of letting the people take over for a little bit.
Yeah,
Like I
it's tough.
told you,
It's tough to come up with some. You can work on them, and then
right?
some
Usually,
people are
man,
gonna
they
love
just
them. Some people are gonna hate them no matter what.
yeah. Like I told you, Batman was going to be a runaway dude.
It was a runaway. I mean, dude, you said 85-15, and it wasn't quite that. It was more of a
Okay,
70-30.
okay, okay.
So
Well,
what do we got this week?
yeah, it took me a little bit. I got some good suggestions. Definitely going to throw. I'm not going to say what it is, but Johnson's. I've been talking to people about that, and I don't know how. Well, we'll get into that next week. Fuck it. But this was from the homeboy Jordy McGregor, who's an all timer.
Right.
Jordy's a good. Dude, you want Jordy around. Good at bullshitting. Good at shit talking. Um, this week's SSP is: would you rather miss the playoffs or get demolished in the playoffs? Or yeah, would you rather? Yeah, what would make what's better? I guess on
So
the
either
psyche.
not making the playoffs at all,
Like
or
I was trying
getting
to think of
smoked.
scenarios. Like think of the Chargers. Well, yeah, because the Chargers won one, but you're thinking this is our last good chance,
Now,
maybe. Possibly.
here's the thing. Are we talking, because I want to know, are we talking first round smoking?
Yeah, but I mean, no. Either way, you could either lose in the Super Bowl. You'd be like,
No,
man, I wish we wouldn't have made it.
but here's my problem with that though, because I'm going to take a playoff win any day of the week over
I
not
know.
making the playoffs. If you tell me I'm getting smoked in the first round, like if I know I'm going to go in, like, fuck. I wish I knew basketball teams better, but I was going to say somebody fucking stupid. Like,
Well, there was that
know,
one year that the Warriors, before they got gay or whatever, before they started dominating, they were an 8 seed and beat the Mavericks, or the other way around. I can't remember. I think it was yeah. So that would suck. I mean,
but like let's say the fucking 90s team that squeaks in and's got to play fucking Jordan's Bulls. Do you because you're probably going to get
yeah,
swept
but
first
I
round.
like the anticipation of just being in. Like
Look,
anything could
if
happen.
you're in, you got a chance, which
Yeah,
is always fun.
right. But
It's
I
always
was
fun to
bringing it
think you got
back
a chance.
to last year. Steelers 13-3, first round bye, and Jacksonville comes up and just completely puts one in our ass.
And the biggest letdown of all time.
Yeah, and I'm like, because you think of it this year, think of it. Well, I mean, it sucks because the season was a letdown. 7-2-1 to missing.
Right.
But like, well, if we're playing New England in New England Sunday and it's 42-0 at halftime, it's like, dude, I wish this sucks.
Does it suck bad enough that you wish you didn't even make the playoffs?
That's the debate.
Oh, this is a tough one. I don't necessarily have an answer off the top of my head because I'm gonna go with the whole getting smoked in the first round scenario. So
Better than missing.
I don't
But
know.
I even liken it to, the Penguins off back to back. It's a game 6. We're at the Salt. You stayed an extra night. I got you a hotel room. and then they lose in overtime. And I was like, dude, even though we'd won the last two, I was like, this shit sucks.
The biggest, it's so depressing.
Yeah. It was like, oh man, that was
because at least if you don't make it, you don't like, because there's always that little ray of hope. You're like, man, we're in. We could fucking do it.
Right. Get hot at the right time, dude.
Then you just get shit on, and it's
Well, I mean, you look at the last two Steelers Super Bowls coming in at the 6th seed, dude. Just sneaking in on the last week. And so I don't know. I don't have my.
I'm excited to see what people come up with on that one.
I have to word it, yeah, but I'm just gonna keep it basic. Would you rather miss it or get demolished? And that counts for first round, second round, semifinal, championship. Like, think of those Buffalo Bill teams, man, that lost 4 in a row.
Dude, I watched that Four Seasons or Four Falls of Buffalo recently, and man, the heartbreakers.
Man, I mean, like, you have to. I mean,
I'm surprised the whole city of Buffalo didn't hang itself. Like
one of those, dude. But they got buffalo wings, official. So I mean, I'll take that. I don't know if I take that.
I mean, you got one of the greatest bar appetizers named after you. You're doing all right as a fucking city.
Right, and plus Bill's Mafia is fun. I like watching those guys. You know, through the table at the tailgate. But yeah.
Summer Saturday. Dude,
tough.
I can't say that. It's a fucking tongue twister.
It's just
Summerson Saturday poll.
SSP
has been announced. That'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah, whenever I wake up, I usually try to get it out since I'm not working. I try to get it out around noon.
All right. Well, looking forward to a nice weekend of sports. We got back-to-back Pens games tonight, tomorrow. So,
well, I'll probably bet big on the Pens in regulation tonight.
As usual.
Yeah.
You always have to. Well, brother, it was fun. Episode 2 in the books, buddy.
Yeah, that's so.
Hopefully people enjoy this one as much as the first one. And,
I hope so. I hope there's the same positive reaction. Like I said, once we get our feet under ourselves here, start Yeah,
we'll start sprucing her up and making her
right,
polishing the turd.
And plus, so we can get the video clips up.
Yep. Maybe I'll try and do that today. But
dissect those. So,
all right, son. Next week we'll be at it again.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Tickles. Get on the sticks.
Yes, sir. Later, brother.
Peace, son.